Yeah, what kind of monster was that? You may wonder what does that seem is like? What is this? That's a Great Girros, right? It has a mouth and it bites and it paralyzes you. Paralysis. That's its thing. But we'll come to that after. What? Just stay put and listen to me talk. The Great Gyros. Gyros? I will say gyros because gyros sounds good. It's a pack leader. You see it when you go down in the Rodenvale for the first time, surrounded by its pack of friends, all enjoying a piece of meat together, probably. It's a pack leader. It uses its companions to battle you. Of course, because it can't do much by itself. It's more of a cunning monster. It's less of a I'm going to fight you face to face kind of guy. Nah. This one, it has advantages it wants to take advantage of in order to fight you and succeed, without putting itself too much in danger, I would say. So what does it look like? It's kind of like black. You know, it has some yellow stripes on it. It reminded me kind of like of these cobras, you know, with like these veins, like these ears on the side, kind of like a snake. It has this snake kind of like face, and it's bitey. I kind of like its design. It looks very slick. It's a smaller monster. It's actually really small. The Great Jagras was really big in compared. The Great Gyros is really tiny. Not that much bigger from a normal gyros, I would say. But that guy is interesting. I feel like it fits well in the Rotenvale, for the simple fact that it is less of a monster that will go and hunt stuff, but it will, I think, from what I gather and figure from looking at it, it's kind of like hides in the shadows and ambushes prey, bites them, runs away, waits until the paralysis poison takes effect, and then eats with its friends. It's not going to like just fight to the death or like attack things that are much bigger than itself without coming up with some sort of sneaky way to bite it first, because paralysis is its main gimmick. It's also the first time you're introduced to paralysis in the game, and that's what you need to watch out for actually. If it bites you, it's probably going to paralyze you, and that's when everybody's going to gang up on you and eat you alive. You'll be part of the Rotten Vale. And I think the interesting part actually about the Great Girros is, I went to the Coral Islands before, and I fought the Tsitsiyaku, and I said in the Tsitsiyaku videos that okay, the monster was kind of basic, kind of like introducing you to this environment. I think it's the same here. It is maybe a bit more complicated because it has friends, and it also lives very deep in the Rotenvale, where all the effluvium is, these toxic fumes that will deplete your health, reduce it to like the maximum health, it will go away. It lives there with its pack of gyroses. And the monster is also then an introduction to the Rotten Vale, I would say, even if it's not the first beast you fight in that environment. But you know what I find interesting also is the fact that there's paralysis. If you're introduced to paralysis, the Great Girros will allow you to make some paralysis weapons, and you see a parallel here. If you make a paralysis weapon, you're going to, in multiplayer hands, contribute to the fight by paralyzing the monster. What does the Great Girros do? It paralyzes the monster so its friends can eat it. See the parallel? The hunter would act like a Great Girros in multiplayer, helping your companions by paralyzing the monster so everyone can unleash their most devastating move on the poor creature, just like the Great Gyros does. You incarnate the Great Gyros in a way. It teaches you. It's your master. So I've always had a soft spot for the Great Gyros, I think. Maybe it is its design that I find appealing, because I really like this combination of black and another more bright color. And even though the monster is also kind of like just there, you know, it's still a really lovely creature and probably an important part of the environment, you know, the cleanup squad. Someone has to pick these bones of clean, right? and the Jagras is taking care of that probably. Though I bet there's a Great Girros at one point that beat a monster much bigger than itself, and then it had a nice meal afterwards, and it became the greatest Girros. So what do you think about the guy? Write me about the comments below. Do you like it? What do you think about paralysis? Do you use a lot of paralysis weapons by any chance? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and to stick at the end because you're going to be transported to the next video on the list, and you don't want to miss that, right? You want to binge watch my stuff, right? Oh well, I'm not coaxing you, of course. Do it. But I'll see you next time, okay? I think it's going to be Halloween soon, so I hope you guys are going to have a nice spooky time, and I'll see you soon. Cheers!